With MMR being a big part of Dead by Daylight, I've recently realized a constant reoccurrence that I think most people who play this game can relate or agree with. That no matter how good you play, or bad you play,
For meta builds, dude. Oh, it's a trapper.
everyone shares this one kind of experience in solo queue. Picture this. It's Saturday morning. You wake up to the sound of chirping birds and stretch as the sun glistens off your skin. You make yourself a nice cup of tea and some breakfast. You feel good, motivated to own this day. But instead of that, you would rather get on Dead by Daylight to hate yourself and get berated by others. You know you shouldn't solo queue because you never have fun. But you decided to press that big ol' ready up button anyways. You get into a lobby with 3 other players, presenting themselves to seem like good players, and well, you escape. Matter of fact, you stomp the game, and it almost seemed too easy. As well as that, everyone on your team played well. You decide to do another game, and you escape again and again and again. The solo queue gods have blessed you with fine teammates and killers that seem too easy. Your day has went well. You've won majority of games and feel good, so you head to bed and sleep on your victories. Sunday morning hits. You launch out of bed, get your tea, get your breakfast, ready to continue your win streak to get those succulent blood points as well as some sweet juicy dopamine. Get into a lobby, teammates looking good, game starts and BAM! You're a minute in and a huntress has taken you down already. No worries, maybe you're just rusty in the morning. I know I am. And BAM! Your teammates instantly unhooks you in front of the killer. They go down. They didn't have borrowed time, so you go down again. Your third teammate comes along and BAM! They go down. Your fourth teammate DCs and BAM! You die. Getting shit on in-game and the post-lobby chat by your mom's breast milk isn't pleasant. However, maybe that's just a one-game thing. Nope. This absolute destruction of a defeat continues and turns into a disgusting losing streak where you cannot escape, and it doesn't help that it feels as if most of your teammates are sadists or just blatantly psychotic. What happened? This is normal. At least it is for me, but I may just be super inconsistent with gameplay, but whatever. I know someone out there will relate to this. A lot of my ideas for this video came from YouTuber Scooch, where he talked about League of Legends matchmaking. I'll link it below if you want to check it out, but I felt like this made sense for Dead by Daylight too. The article he cited was by EA, which isn't directly attached to Dead by Daylight, but there's a reason why I cite it. It's all about EOMM, Engagement Optimized Matchmaking, which is different from skill-based matchmaking, as it proves that fun or fairness was never important in engaging matchmaking. By engaging in this context, they mean matchmaking that has the lowest chance of making players churn. Yup, they use the word churn. In this sense, it's not about butter, but about when you stop playing the game for a certain amount of time. Getting data from over 36 million matches, these employees found exact combinations of wins and losses and the percent risk of players churning away. In this example here, the period players churned away was 1 week. As you can see by the combinations, the lowest churn rate was with more losses and draws than wins. If the game senses that you're about to churn away because you aren't winning, it's likely that the game will put you against weaker players to keep you playing. Obviously vice versa if you are on a win streak, as throwing in a loss can reduce churn risk. These employees found that the matchmaking should be based on the player's state, which is all of the data the game keeps track of, including install date, how often you play, skill, etc. With all this info, the game can get a sense of when you are close to churning away. Problem with this would mean that before you even ready up, the game has already been predetermined for you. The game monitoring your wins, losses, habits, slightly adjusting the game so that you keep falling back into that addiction. These researchers have stated that fairness isn't optimal for engagement, which is extremely worrying, as I believe fun and fairness should be priority when it comes to games. Although it may not be the case for Dead by Daylight, it's still weird thinking about a computer learning my player state just to keep me playing. As I said, I've experienced these queues where I get great teammates and shit teammates, and I still experience it, and I do feel like there are players who can relate to this exact thing. The intention is clearly there as the research exists. It makes me question every competitive game I've ever played in my life. Was I just getting predetermined matches, or was it actually fair? Now, Dead by Daylight is a very different type of game for this, as it's not a 4v4 or 5v5, it's a 1v4. But I still have went from god teams or shit opponents to shit teams and god opponents quicker than ever. And I do fault EA for this scummy type of matchmaking. Although it keeps players addicted, it's just weird. But also it is EA research, so I still think Behavior may have a system where they do this same kind of thing. Even if this isn't the case with Dead by Daylight, I think it is important to know about this stuff, as it gives you power and knowledge. If any of you have watched any of my streams, twitch.tv/LilSourceRex, drop a follow if you want to cure baldness, you've seen me rage or go on a losing streak where it just feels like ass. For a lot of people, winning is everything, and I know this because I've had this exact same thought. Everyone wants matchmaking to be balanced so we can feel shitty after a loss, maybe thinking it's our own fault. But it isn't. There's nothing you can do about it sometimes, except understand it. However, these things are just going to get worse, which is why just accepting that you lost is the easiest thing to do, because it means nothing. No, it doesn't mean you're bad, and no, it doesn't mean XX, your mom's breast milk XX is better than you. It just means you're not always going to win. Loser's queue does exist. So, check in with yourself. Don't count the wins or losses. Just see if you're having fun, because that's truly what matters the most. You know, I really enjoyed learning about this, and that's why I felt like sharing it with you guys. With the shitstorm that is MMR, and now after dying all the time, I can just blame it on the computer being an asshole to me and not because I'm bad. But yeah, that's really it. Please let me know if you guys actually experienced Loser's Queue, or this kind of matchmaking where it just feels impossible to win. I'd really like to know if someone relates to this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little show of information either way, and I hope you learned something new today. As I said, I felt like this was a good topic to jump on, with MMR still being a hatred we can all relate to. So maybe subscribe, maybe leave a like, and I'll see you whenever.